Hey everyone, it's me, Jollytron VR, and as of late, you may have seen the Toaster x Temmie drama. Well, I just want to put my piece of cake in there because somehow I kind of got wrapped in that a little bit. But, nonetheless, it doesn't really matter. So, I'm on a neutral stance. Do not attack Toaster, do not attack Temmie. I like them both. I'm just talking about what's going on with me, what I think is wrong, and what I think they should probably do better. So let's begin with the context. So Temmie had said that Toaster was attacking an 8-year-old boy known as Traveler VR. Ever since he made the Traveler VR exposed video, Traveler VR actually got doxxed. But the thing is, with Toaster, he showed his viewers how to access Traveler's information. Which means after his video was made, Traveler VR, bear in mind an 8-year-old boy, was getting sent a bunch of different threatening letters to his house because of Toaster's video. Now, if I was in Toaster's position, I would actually delete the video. I probably wouldn't even have made the video in the first place. Because the thing is, you have to realize that when you're making drama-based videos, you have to be very mature about it, and you have to take accountability at all fronts. Because not only are you putting your career at danger, you're potentially putting somebody else in danger if you're wrong. Right? If you're wrong at any part, you're potentially putting someone else in danger. That's why, especially for some of my videos, I did due diligence, or I talked about people who have been exposed multiple times already. So it's not like I was adding any more fuel to the fire. But Toaster just talks about whoever and whatever, it seems like. So he puts the fire there in the first place. So when you're someone like that, you have to really be emotionally intelligent, because if you get mad or sad, or you feel very strongly about a subject, you can end up doing something very stupid. And this whole year, I've already done it twice. But the difference is between me and Toaster is that I take accountability for it, at least. Right? I try to make things right. If Toaster does something wrong, which sometimes, yes, he does, he sometimes doesn't take accountability for his actions. He deflects it and he blames other people, or he just threatens to use the power that his channel size can be to expose that YouTuber that is going against him. Now, that doesn't completely rule out Temmie as a perfect person. Don't get me wrong, I like Temmie a lot. But there are just a few things that have gone up my nerves with Temmie that need to be addressed, so then Temmie can improve how he reports people, specifically when it comes to Rec Room drama. Now, I've taken the stance of learning that this can be very, 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 very damaging if not done right. And sometimes I haven't done it right. I've done it very incorrectly. So next time, when I talk about drama, I'm going to take into account the age of the people involved, the mental sort of, if they've got neurological things, mental things, stuff like that. If they don't, and they're just genuinely a bad person, and they're like my age or older, then that's a pretty good reason to expose them, because they're a pretty bad person. But the thing is, Toaster, even though he supposedly has a mental disorder, I don't know, he still hasn't done stuff that is right, and he still hasn't taken accountability for the things that he hasn't done right. Now, I can't say the same thing I can't say Temmie is a saint also, because while Temmie has been trying to combat the bad things that Toaster has done, and is trying to show Toaster the bad things he did, the way he has gone about it is objectively really stupid. Like, it's just not the place to be doing those things. So basically what he does, if is if anyone comments about the Toaster x Temmie drama in the Toaster server, he would DM the people involved and send inappropriate images to those people. They're not sexually charged, but they're like self-harm related. Like, for example, Temmie sent me a picture of like a cut thigh, right? With like a thigh with cuts on it, like self-harm sort of stuff. And that's not really good for your mental health to be doing that. Like, you should genuinely be getting help. But at the same time, instead of doing that to Toaster supporters, you should just try and like show the Toaster supporters where Toaster went wrong. You know what I mean? Like, if I didn't like a person and they were toxic and they were doing very bad things, and I went and messaged a bunch of people, like pictures of cut legs or cut arms, just out of context, and sending really weirdly charged messages towards the person, sometimes after years of having absolutely no contact with that person, the person I'd be sending those messages to would most likely end up supporting me rather than the person sending it to them, because they would think that the person sending the messages is honestly bad shit insane. Like, you shouldn't be doing that, Temmie. And an issue I had, right? I was neutral, but an issue I had with Temmie's DMs that he would send, or proof that he would send about Toaster, was that it was always during the event happening. It was never what happened before to lead up to that. Like, he published a video where Foglu and Toaster justified 19-year-olds and 16-year-olds having a relationship with each other, but he never like he never like showed what happened before that, before they started talking about it, because the content, the stuff before that, the background info would have been very important to determine if Foglu and Toaster are in the wrong. However, his second video, where it's simply titled, let me see how long I've been yapping for. Okay, 7 minutes, that's lovely. His second video where he's been talking about Toaster like threatening him and crashing out and stuff. That is a pretty good bit of evidence, but again, it shows it at like while Toaster's doing it. I would love to hear what leads up to that, because I don't even know if Temmie exploits Toaster's alleged mental disorder, because I have no idea. I don't know if Temmie exploits the alleged mental disorder to get those reactions from Toaster, because every time Toaster and I have spoke, it's always been respectful, even if we've disagreed, and you can see the whole conversation from start to finish, and you can see the context of why it's arisen, and we've never talked to each other disrespectfully, right? Toaster's not the kind of person that will just start talking to someone in a disrespectful way. Likewise, when I was streaming a couple days ago and I joined Toaster in a rec center, Temmie and Toaster were talking to each other pretty respectfully. That was until Fuglu, Temmie, and Toaster had joined the other room that I could not join, when they started talking about different stuff. So again, a lot of context is missing from Temmie's exposed things. But then Temmie sent some stuff of Toaster that I've also messaged Toaster, that if it's true, is actually unforgivable, regardless of context. So, and I'm not going to delve into it, just in case it's fake, because there are people that will try and fake profiles, like to try and expose people and ruin their careers like that. So, yeah. Toaster and Temmie, if you're watching this video, doubt you guys are, what I need you guys to do is both go on a live stream before you guys have an argument or debate or anything. before anything starts. What I want you to do, regardless of both things that you have done, regardless of both things that you have accused each other of, I want you guys to go from these levels to a neutral perspective where you guys can talk to each other in a fair and mature way without crashing out immaturely or irresponsibly. And if any one of you feels like you guys are going to have that reaction, either one should ask to move away, wait, and then come back. Because if we're just going to keep arguing and exposing each other and making exposed videos of each other, we're going to go nowhere. But Toaster, 100% is a given. You have to delete the Traveler VR video. There's no absolute way that you can just basically show people how to get the personal information of an 8-year-old child. You're exposing an 8-year-old child, Toaster. That's just unforgivable. You can't do that to an 8-year-old child. Think about when you were 8 years old, right? 8-year-old children, they don't understand what they're actually doing. You have to tell them, whether it's a friend, a parent, etc., where they went wrong and how they can do better in the way that a child that age can understand. You never gave that child the opportunity to understand, and as a result, they're getting death threats because you've decided to show a video in which it shows his dock spin, where people can easily access Traveler VR's information. When you saw that Traveler VR dock spin, you should have reported it instantly. It's an 8-year-old. It's illegal. It goes against COPPA, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. He's under 13. It's illegal. You can get sued, and the parent can actually get the police involved. It would be legally more viable if you just deleted the video, and that would have been fine. And Temmie, when you're messaging people that are in the Toaster server, remember that they're just witnesses. They don't actually know what's going on. So be a messiah. Show them what's going on and show them the truth in your perspective. And let them decide to believe what they want to believe. But don't, under any circumstance, send them pictures. It may be a sensitive topic and it may bring back previous mental health issues that they would have had. And it would be a disservice to those people to send those pictures in the first place. But if they're from your parts of your body, you should definitely seek someone to help you. You should seek a new, better environment, and you need a support group to help you with your mental health, because that is really, really dire. Alright, well, it seems Rec Room has decided to crash, so I'm going to see you guys in another video. Goodbye, and to conclude, respect each other. Please, no more drama. It's a bit immature and over the top now. Anyway, goodbye.